I know a place where we can go to lay the troubles down, eating your soul. I know a place where mercy flows. Take the stains, make it whiter than snow. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. Living water that brings the dead to life. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You will leave change. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same. I've seen it move in my own life. Took me from dusty roads into paradise. All of my dirt, all of my shame, drowned in the streams that have made me born again. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. Living water that brings the dead to life. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You will leave change. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same. Let's go down. Let's go down. Let's go down. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You will leave change. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same. Oh, down. Gonna go down in amazing grace. Down, down, down to the river. Gonna go down in amazing grace.
Anytime a heart turns from darkness to light, anytime temptation comes and someone stands to fight, anytime somebody lives to serve and not be served, I know God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move in many mighty ways. God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move today. Anytime in weakness someone falls upon their knees, or dares to speak the truth that sets men free. Anytime the choice is made to stand upon the word, I know God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move in many mighty ways. God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move today. I see a generation standing on the truth in each and every nation. God is on the move. Anytime the gospel stirs a searching soul.
Hello, guys. My name is Calvin, and I'm on the SALT team here at Edenton Street. And I'm just saying thank you for being here, and thank you, sixth graders and people who are here for the first time. And nobody belongs here more than you. Thank you.
Okay. All right, I gotta go, man. I'm about to hop on. If you can, you can. All right. All right. See you soon. Well, hello everyone. Welcome. Welcome to my class. Here we are. It's the fourth period of the day. That's right. We're here in I'm Mr. Smith. This is week 7 of virtual learning. So we're just going to go ahead and start our class here by taking a little attendance to make sure that everyone is here. Paige Peterson, are you here? Paige, are you here? Okay. It seems like. Let's see. Okay. We don't know where. We don't know where Paige went. We'll try that again. Becky Blanco. Becky Blanco, are you here?
Woo!
Yes.
I'm here.
Okay, that's a yes. Okay. Oh, Ms. Peterson, are you?
Can you guys hear me? I can't hear anything, but I see your lips moving.
Yes, we are speaking. Becky, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Becky, I'm getting ill. You could
I'm not sure if this is working. Mom, the internet's not working again.
Okay, class, if we could just all mute ourselves, that would be best.
If you can hear me, I'm gonna shut down and turn it on and start over and see if it works again. I'll be back.
Okay, Miss Peterson. Okay. All right. Becky, since the rest of the class is here, I thought I would just go ahead and have you give your presentation that we've been working on throughout virtual school. So if you would like to go ahead and give your presentation, that would be fabulous.
I'm ready for my presentation. Oh, Paige, okay, I'm ready for my presentation. My presentation I've been working really hard on is on bats. Did you know that bats, they are in caves and they'll hang like upside down? They're like that. They're like that when they sleep, and they just hang like that. And there's different kinds of bats. There's fruit bats, and then there's regular bats, and there's the bats that like Batman is scared of, and then there's vampire bats, and they're like, those bats are scary. Stay away because you turn into Count Dracula. Bats are the best.
Okay, thank you very much for that very thorough and investigative research project. Becky, if you could sit still, it's Paige's turn to give her presentation, and we would like her to have no distractions, please. Yes. Go ahead, Paige. The floor is yours. Paige, can you hear us?
I can't hear you.
Paige, it's time for your presentation, as was put on my stream in the Google Classroom, please.
If anyone's talking to me, what was that?
Your turn. Presentation.
I think it's lagging. I'm lagging.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a great presentation, Paige. We're glad you're here. Clearly, you're having some technical difficulties for class today. Well, thank you all so much for being in our class today. Becky, Paige, your grades will be reflected by the end of workday today on your presentations. But thank you for being in class. Goodbye, class.
I didn't get to present. Oh, well, talk to you tomorrow. Bummer.
God, show us that love leads the way.
Love defines our relationships.
Even when things are broken and change,
The family I have matters.
give me people in my life.
That will lead me to a life of love.
One, two, three, four.
Hey everyone, I'm Henry Charlington. I'm a student in 8th grade at Ligon, and I'm here to lead the prayer. Please bow your heads. Dear God, thank you for giving us a great setting to gather and worship all together. Please help us stay healthy in this time, learn tonight, all stay kind to each other, bring open minds, and find your message. Amen.
What is up, everyone? If we have not met yet, my name is Haley Foscue, and I am the middle school lead here on staff. This week, we are kicking off a new series called Family Matters. And this series is about, you guessed it, family. During this series, we will talk about every type of family you could possibly imagine, from picture perfect all the way to completely fractured. Right now, I want you to take a second and I want you to think about this question. When you hear the word family, what comes to mind? As I think about the word family, many things come to mind for me. I see my mom's smile. I hear my dad's voice. I can almost feel the see you later hug that my brother gave me as my family dropped me off at my freshman college dorm. I can see my sister picking up our family dog, and I can hear her say, "Look, that doggy jumped right up into my arms, guys." I hear sporting events. I hear a lot of laughter. I can feel heartbreak and tears. I see some pets. I see countless hours of road trips. I'm reminded of sun-kissed skin and salty hair. But overall, when I hear the word family, I think of the people that I grew up living with, and I feel joy. And maybe for you, family brings up the same emotions as it does for me, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe when you think of that word, it brings up the exact opposite emotions. Maybe you feel frustration because your stepsister constantly acts like her time is more important than yours. Or maybe you think about how annoying it is that your super strict parents gave you a curfew. Maybe you feel a little chaotic because your family always seems to be fighting, or just that everyone seems to be going a million miles a second and no one ever really feels like they're around. On the spectrum of awesome to awful, family's rarely in the middle. And if it is awesome one minute, it can change in an instant. And our feelings about our families are not the only things that are unique to us. Our literal families are also unique. Sorry about that, guys. Some of you, your family means a mom and a dad. Some of you live with an aunt and an uncle. Some of you are with a stepmom or stepdad, grandparents or foster parents, half siblings or second cousins. Every family looks different, and that's okay. The truth is, every single family is unique. No family looks the same. No family acts the same. However, every family has one thing in common, and that's it's complicated. Family is complicated. Whenever you put a bunch of different personalities under the same roof, things get difficult quickly. People have different opinions, preferences, needs, and ways of communicating. It's a recipe for disaster. And I would be willing to guess that every single one of us have dealt with a disaster or two within our own families. And what happens when disaster strikes? Well, as a way of dealing with all of the madness, almost every person settles into a role that they play. Think of this as your way of making your family situation work. You get a role, you play it, and it keeps things somewhat predictable and manageable. For example, some of you are the mediator in your family. You're the one trying to keep the peace and make sure everyone is happy. Some of you are the avoider. You keep your head down, your mouth shut, and you mind your own business, and eventually it'll all go away, right? Some of you are the instigator. Every time you see something wrong, you get in the middle of it. You give your opinion and you let everyone know what they're supposed to be doing. Maybe you're the smart one. You're looked at as the brains of the family. Maybe you're the rule follower. To avoid trouble, you follow the rules and just do what you're supposed to do. Or maybe you're like me, and you're the comedian of your family. You turn every appropriate situation into a joke. My mom likes to call me the peanut gallery. This list could go on for days, but I want you to think about it. What is the role you play in your family? Is it one I've listed, or is it something else? Sometimes this role is influenced by our birth order, or the order where we fall in the order of our siblings, half siblings, and step siblings. So are you the oldest, the youngest, somewhere in the middle? Are you an only child? Do you have a twin? This, in one way or another, and even if you don't realize it, has an effect on the role that you play in your family. But wait, there's one more twist. There's one more. I recognize that not all of you will say that you have an active faith in Jesus. And hear me, that is okay. You belong here no matter what you believe. Here you are known, and here you are loved. But for those of you who do have an active faith in Jesus, your faith can also add a complication to this mix. Because sometimes it feels like faith and family just don't mix. For a lot of us, it feels like faith is one thing over here and family is another thing over here. They feel totally separate and that they can't help or change each other. So, do our faith and family even collide? Should they? Is it possible? And if so, what does that look like? I want us to look at a passage tonight from the book of John, where Jesus is with his closest friends that after spending 3 years traveling and living with, probably felt more like family. And in John 13, the night that Jesus was arrested and the night before he was killed, we find Jesus having his final meal with his friends. No one but Jesus knew that this was their final meal together before everything would change. So I want you to imagine how complicated this felt for Jesus. So John 13:1 says, "Now, before the festival of the Passover, Jesus knew that his hour had come to depart from this world and go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the very end." Just like you love your family, Jesus loved his. He loved the disciples like they were his family. They didn't do everything right, not by a long shot, but Jesus loved them anyway. Knowing his time with them was coming to an end, listen to what he did. Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands and that he had come from God and was going to God, got up from the table, took off his outer robe and tied a towel around himself. Then he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with the towel that was tied around him. If you think that this is awkward now, you have no idea how awkward it was for the disciples. Even though foot washing was a common thing, Jesus was a teacher, an authority figure, and people in his position didn't wash other people's feet. That's what servants did. So the disciples didn't know how to respond to this crazy act of kindness that Jesus was showing to them. Jesus went on to explain that one of them would betray him and told Peter in front of everyone that he would deny their friendship. It was a hard and complicated moment. Lots of competing emotions. And with all of that happening, Jesus spoke up and said this: "I give you a new commandment, that you love one another, just as I have loved you. You should love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another." Right here, Jesus is saying, hey, remember that thing that I literally just did for you guys? You know, the thing where I washed your feet? How I acted like a servant, how I humbled myself, how I chose to honor you when things felt confusing and weird and complicated, how I showed you my love even though it was uncomfortable. I want you to do that for one another. I want you to show that kind of love, service, and devotion. And by showing that to each other, everyone will know that you are my followers. Remember what I did and then do the same. In other words, Jesus is kind of asking, how will people know that you follow Jesus? What will show the people closest to you that you follow God? And what will the people around you see that tells them about your faith? It's simple. It's love. This totally seems like something Jesus would say, right? But when we think about the fact that he'd said it after he had just washed the disciples' feet, it makes it that much more extraordinary. They had no idea just how loving that act was. Jesus knew that a close friend would betray him and that another close friend would deny ever knowing him. And despite all of that, Jesus still focused on love. And he gave us an incredible example of what we're supposed to do for the people that we care about and the people that are closest to us. We are to love. Your friends, your teachers, strangers, and even your family will know your faith by the love that you show them. Demonstrating love and difficulty changes you. It makes you more like Christ, and that should be the goal for all of us, right? God wants to use our family, the good and the bad, as something that grows our ability to love. Why? Because love is what matters most. So what does it look like to love in the middle of complicated family situations? The Apostle Paul would later write about love to tell us. He wrote about it in what is famously known as the love chapter, 1 Corinthians 13. And it says this: love is patient, love is kind, it is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoings, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. If we were to ask Jesus or Paul what faith would look like in our complicated families, I think they would answer something like this: let your faith in Jesus move you to love the people you live with. Love with patience, love with kindness, love in a way that honors the people around you, love in a way that is slow to anger and does not keep records of wrongs. In other words, if you want your faith to help your family, then show as much love as you can. It never fails. Or think about it this way: when it comes to your faith in your family, love matters most. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes with some very special people to talk about why love matters most. So enjoy our second song of worship and be thinking of some questions that you might want to ask my parents, and go ahead and put those in the comments. See you in a few.
Ready? that good? Yeah. Great.
All right, so before we get started in the response time, I just need everyone to go ahead and shout some love to Charlie in the comments because that was amazing. Amazing. All right. Thank you, Charlie and Blair. That was incredible. And I managed to not cry, but I think it's because I watched it earlier. Trying to love someone can be overwhelming, especially when you both have big and strong personalities. So a good place to start is identifying which one of these applications of love stand out to you. Is it kindness? Is it patience? Is it being slow to anger? So to help us talk about this a little bit more tonight, I've invited my very own parents to join us on youth group. So without further ado, here are my mom and dad, which we're going this way. There's my dad. And
hello.
So mom is screening patients, so I don't know what's going to be happening.
She said she had some patients coming in.
Okay, so, or teammates. Is she screening teammates? Oh, she's working. If she hops on, she hops on. If she doesn't, it's okay. All right, so hey, Dad, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing, honey?
I'm good. It's good to see your face.
Yeah.
It's like I saw it on Thursday.
You too.
All right, so I have asked the students or our students to ask questions. But while we get the ball rolling on some of those questions, I also told you that I would prepare you with some questions. So my first question is this. If you could go back and do it all over again, is there anything you would do differently?
I don't think so. I think raising you guys has been the best part of my life so far.
So far, okay. All right, well, I'll take it. I like that.
Now your mom might say she might have spread y'all out a little bit more, but I don't know that we had any control over that. Y'all, the Lord blessed us with y'all when He did.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, what is the most embarrassing thing that I did as a kid?
Wow. Y'all got all night?
Oh, that wasn't nice. Okay.
Be more specific.
What was the most embarrassing
Did
thing?
you embarrassed me or you embarrassed yourself?
Embarrassed you. Embarrassed me? I don't know. Which one's better?
Golly, I can't think really of anything that you ever did that embarrassed me, because you were an awesome kid for the most part.
You heard it here first, guys. I was an awesome kid for the most part.
I'm sure there was probably something that might have embarrassed somebody, but not me.
Not you? All right. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. Let's see. All right. I'll ask you another question that I prepared for you.
Okay.
What was it like raising the three of us? So for those of you who don't know my family dynamic super well, I have a younger brother who is like 2.5-ish years younger than me. And then I also have a younger sister who's 3.5 years younger than me. So we're all 3.5 years within each other. So what was it like raising the three of us? What was the easiest thing and what was the hardest thing about us being so close in age?
Well, let me start with the hardest thing. The hardest thing is, for about 5 years, we were changing diapers. And a lot of that time we were changing two people's diapers. So that could be, that's a lot of diapers in a daytime.
Maybe.
But it was I didn't know any different. I know when I was raised, I have two sisters, and one is 7 years older than me, and the other one is 7 years younger than I am. And we were just old enough that when the one in front of us was able to do something, that we could mess it up. And that happened the whole time throughout. But with you three, y'all have always been each other's playmates. And it was great. Now y'all used to any two of y'all paired up might pick on the other one, but that could change like the weather in 5 minutes. The pair picking on the one might change 3 times in a day. But let anybody else pick on one of you guys from the kids in the neighborhood, and the other two were going out there to straighten it out.
Right. I remember that. I remember not being afraid to fight on a sibling's behalf.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Oh, we didn't.
What do you think was the most embarrassing thing you did as a child growing up?
I was an angel. I never did anything embarrassing.
There you go.
I'm not really sure. I think, yeah, I really don't know. I blacked it out of my memory. I don't have any recollection of anything embarrassing that I did.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't really think you did anything that I would consider embarrassing.
Yeah, I was pretty chill.
Oh, I got one.
Oh.
There was a little bit. We were over at your great aunt's house one time, and you told your cousin that you wore big girl pants too now.
Oh,
you were so proud. I think you had just gotten out of not wearing big girl pants.
Okay.
But that was kind of fun, not really embarrassing. Might have embarrassed you a little bit, me telling that.
Well, whatever. It's okay. All right. The last question that I have for you tonight is, when it comes to the three of us, me, Trip, and Jenny, what are you most proud of for each one of us?
For each one of you. Well, I'll start at the bottom and save you for last.
Thanks.
For your baby sister, I am so proud of her that she has a really strong, independent mind. We may not agree on some things like politics. We're about 180 degrees from each other on that. But she is such a self-starter and self-motivated that I know whatever she does, she is going to be a success.
Yeah, she is.
And for your brother, the thing I'm the most proud about him is he is maybe one of the most loving individuals that I've ever seen. He is just as happy sitting down on the floor and playing with a toddler as he is playing with his playmates he has now. And he kind of wears his heart on his shirt sleeve. Everything he does it to the max.
Mm-hmm.
And now I guess I have to say about you.
I mean, you can skip me if you want to. It's totally fine.
No, I wouldn't dare that. What I am so proud of you, I'm so proud of the woman that you have grown to be. You have followed your heart into this field of ministry that you're in, and you're not worried about having things or stuff, because that's all they are, is things or stuff. And I think you're a really pretty happy person and just a beautiful person inside and out.
Oh, well, thanks. That was sweet. And I'm going to start crying. So, is there anything else that you want to add?
Well, has anybody got any questions?
I think everybody maybe ran out of questions, or we answered all the big topics that were. That's right. Mr. Foscue is the sweetest. He is
All right.
the sweetest.
Go, Rebecca.
All right. Well,
Give her $10 for me, Haley.
okay. All right. Venmo me then. All right. Well, thank you so much for hopping on with me tonight. This was awesome. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
I love you. Come home soon.
I will.
The rest of y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, my name is Cassie Wheeler. I'm a senior and I'm on the SALT team this year. And I have some announcements for you today. So to start off with, don't forget to come to community groups on Wednesday over Zoom at 7 o'clock. The link is in our Instagram bio. Hit the link tree, and then it should be the link right at the top to join us for some really great community group time. Announcement number 2, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So that's where you'll be seeing live youth group every night, maybe some other stuff. You never know. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss anything. And then announcement number 3, make sure to follow us on Instagram at East Street Youth. And each week we have announcements, and we also have a really fun youth takeover, which me and my brother Calvin Wheeler are doing this week. So make sure to tune in. And yeah, hope everybody got those announcements, and can't wait to see everyone at community groups.
What is up, everyone? I am back for the last time tonight to give you our landing place. So I realize that this is all nice to hear, and I know that it's not going to be easy, especially within a family. There's no way I can address every situation or complication or unique family in just one talk. And that's why we have community groups, for you to process, talk about it, and own your unique family. I know that this may feel impossible, but imagine if your family could actually be better than they are now. And imagine if your faith could actually grow because of your family. We believe that it's possible, and for you to talk about with your community groups about this week. Because when it comes to your family, your faith matters. And when it comes to your faith, your family matters. And when you combine the two, love matters most. Thanks, you guys. And we will see you next time, East Street.
Church mother in a church hat clap. Man, that sure gave her color purple coming back clap. When that whole week beat you up and stress you, but you hear that organ playing and remind you of your blessings. And on another note, she just hit another note. Chills down my spine, got me crying, make me overload. You don't know about it though. Old school church hymns, deacons get the humming out of drum up in the verse. Lordy, Lordy, Lord. Can you hear me now? Church close, sweater, you don't care, you just get it now. Testify how we made martyrs out of these fathers and rose up all of his daughters to glorify him with honor. Man, I swear Thomas Jones with her head did. Now it's flying everywhere, she don't care what her head did. She an egg, yeah, caught up in the egg, yeah. Probably why she cut her like Jesus, just repaired it. Give me that God Almighty, that good old gospel, that old school doctrine. Give me that truth for the body, ain't nothing new about it, but it's still full of power.
Church clap, let me hear the church clap. Church clap, let me hear the church clap. Church clap, let me hear the church clap. Church clap, let me hear the church clap.
I wanna be the type of dude to get the Lord on his feet. I wanna do the type of shows that the Lord wanna see. What I mean, if I can make the whole church clap, it ain't a clap in the heavens, then that clap just a clap, clap. For his son glorified, sin mortified. The Holy Spirit going word that truth ain't watered down. It's sound doctrine, keeps birthing and coming out. Nothing wrong with singing loud, but that ain't where the power's down. on the church. Church has been clapping at weak sermons, leaving the weak hurt. No one's changed by Sunday service. We need discernment. Check what you be affirming, cause the church can be full of members but empty in conversions. Preach the gospel and stand back. Look for changed lives, not for hate class. Love people well. Okay, can't stand at the church. Just the church with the words where we stand at.
Shackles on my feet, yeah, they won't let me be. Won't you set me free? Pray this on me. Shackles on my feet, oh, they won't let me be. Won't you set me free? Pray this on me. Pray this all on me.
Let me go. Let me go. I've been going through so much, I swear these people at my throat. That's on me, that's on mamas. On my mama, I can't take no more, so miss me with that drama. Get your commas, get your rent straight, get your facts straight. Hold me down, I rise up on her like the tax rate. Keep my past straight, never lack faith. God been working, they gon' have to hold me back, man. And tell them, you can pick a side if you wanna. You already know who I roll with. You don't want no problems with me. Get these shackles
on my feet, yeah, they won't let me be. Won't you set me free? Pray this on me. Pray this on me. I got them shackles off my feet, yeah, yeah. Can't put me back up in the streets, yeah, yeah. I couldn't move, but now I'm free, yeah, yeah. I got them shackles on my feet, yeah, 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 yeah.
Down for me, down for me. People left me, you was brown for me, brown for me. All that bitterness and anger, had to let it go. People talking down on me, I guess that's how it go. Let them know, that's on me, yeah. Shackles on my feet, you broke the heart and now